in order to have a big impact on the learner, instead of just writing some shit up that no one uses, can you try to embed a treatment analysis? Implement the treatment, if you have all the consents, within the FBA. So just like 1991 study by John Northrop, which was the brief FA, the way they validated the function by having very few sessions, they implement the treatment based on the hypothesized function. Like if they think it's attention, they do an FCT for attention, they man for attention, and put them on extinction based on the hypothesis. So just like they do that in that rapid conditions, I want to encourage you guys within the FBA, if say there's 3 hours left or whatever is approved for it, it's use those 3 hours yourself to implement the intervention and see if it works. Because then it's really hard to send a kid out of district when you do it and it works and the people see it and the district's convinced and the teachers are like, no, it really worked. Or, here's the key, or you have a CA go in and have them work. You tell them, say, look, we have 3 hours left. How about the CA is half the cost of me, if you're a BCBA. How about we do 6 hours? For so 2 half days we'll implement this thing and show you it works. That one little thing was really important for you guys to be able to have an impact, because I hate doing a report and then it's discussed 8 weeks later in an IEP or something and the kid's already out of district. It just drives me insane. I don't care about the business. Like literally, it's not about getting work. It's about knowing that we had meaning in what we did.
Anybody's doing FBAs, we got to get our supervisees or people who are newly certified. We got to get them in and train them on doing FBAs, because the one thing that they don't have experience doing, which it's hard to get that experience, and that's your therapist.
You know what?
And districts, when you present that to districts is you just explain it, you're very transparent, and you say, you know, the way I do it is I say, we might bring somebody out, you know, I'm going to bring somebody out with me, we're not going to double bill, so you let them know up front, we're not billing for both, but we're going to be running some we might be running some experimental analysis, some treatment analysis, and it's just nice to have that second set of hands so we don't have to tie up the teachers and the staff. See how nice that sounds, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, great, yeah, sure, do it.
So
like, it's the way you word it. And
it is.
Yeah.
And then you can, I mean, that's your therapist right there. They're going to have to take days off from school, unpaid time. I mean, that's part of their BCBA supervision experience, you know? So.
Because like it's actually helpful. The preschool placement that I'm in right now is Monday through Thursday. I have Friday home cases, but I can move my schedule around because I would really like to get a lot more experience.
If you talk to Joe Carter, at least this is what I'm hearing, is that he will, they will find a sub to cover a couple days. So this is a real big priority right now. Is to make sure people are doing preference assessments, doing reinforcer assessments, doing treatment assessments, doing FBAs.
Yeah, we'll get
especially the trial-based FBA. That's the direction we should be going in. Sitting around and waiting for a behavior to occur is a complete waste of time. I fall asleep half the time. I can't do it. Let's set the behavior.
It's a waste of their money too.
It is a waste of their money and time.
And I knew this was coming up, so I did that. I only observed for an hour. The other hour and a half was preference assessment and the trial-based. So even though the case manager was there and saw that I could turn that behavior on and off, they still sent him out. That was Friday.
Yeah.
And he's out of district today. Did he do anything significant between then and now? No.
They have their mind made up.
They had their mind made up.
They had their mind made up, an opportunity
And they were
arose.
already
Maybe they
looking at
had,
district
he was on a
schools.
waiting list and the private school could have called up and said, hey, we have a spot.
School districts, one of the reasons they hire us is because they realize they're getting more than a BCBA. Like, we have bench strength. So Alana goes into school, and if there's a question she has that she doesn't have the answer to, or there's someone else that has that answer. So that was the purpose of initially 13 years ago, creating the group and having I like diversity among everyone's skill sets. So that's the other thing. Schools love the idea that they know they're getting something more than a BCBA too. So that's when. If it's important that's when you draw on someone in the company for that additional support. I would encourage you guys to do one thing every day that you hate. Like literally, like force yourself to leave your comfort zone and do something you hate. I do it every day. Like for me, it's like before 11. I pick something that I have to read that I know I don't feel like reading, or like I'll do something I don't like because I for some reason I know that every time I do something that makes me uncomfortable that I don't feel like doing, on the back end there's something big at the end of the rainbow. It's weird. Do something that you're a little uncomfortable doing, and usually it's something that is not urgent. It's like getting ahead of something way in advance. Like for me, I hate cleaning my car, but I'm just saying, like, think of something that you really hate to do, because for whatever reason, the reason that I end up being successful in a lot of my endeavors is because I do shit that I really, really, really hate, and then I follow it up with things that I like to do. Think about something, like target a goal and do something you don't like at least once a week, because on the back end, the return on investment is always really big for you. Promise me you'll tell me if I promise something I didn't deliver. That's really important to me because it might have been oversight. The other thing is, can you guys also promise me that if you need something personally or professionally that you'll ask me? You know, it could be in private, you could text me later or whatever. Like, I just need to know that I could look out for you guys in any way. My resources are your resources. I don't know, you need a loan, you need, like, anything you need. Look, I'm Italian, I take care of family.